So Howard Schitz gave an interview at the South by Southwest conference, and I want to show you my favorite parts.
The day after you announced, Nate Silver's team at 538 did a podcast, and they opened the podcast with someone saying, everyone says Howard Schultz has a 0% chance. I don't believe that. He might have a 1% chance.
Oh, 1%.
Those are really long odds.
How many entrepreneurs are in the room today and people told you your idea, your dream could not come true? How many? Okay. I am with you. I am with you because we live in America where anything is possible. We live in America where our dreams can come true. So don't let anyone tell you your dreams can't come true. No one. And I'm not gonna allow the pundits, the cynics, to tell me that what I believe needs to happen in America is not possible. This is a critical moment for all of us. And I'm going to do my best to stand up and represent what I believe is a vast majority of the American people who no longer have a voice. And I'm going to try and give them a voice. And let's see what happens.
So, that's great. I imagine your family is behind you. I imagine your friends are behind you. I imagine you have a lot of people who tell you that what you are doing is good and noble. Do you have people in your life who come to you and tell you, Howard, rethink this, you're embarrassing yourself, step down, don't do this to the country right now? Are there those people around you, or is everybody gung-ho? Right?
No, I think when you try and do something that has not been done before, that this has this steep of a climb and is against the grain, certainly you're going to have a group of people that believe this is not the thing to do or not something that could turn out well. But this is where I believe I need to be. This is where my life has led me. I've had the same group of friends for the past 30, 40 years, some of whom have been traveling with me over the last couple of weeks. My wife has been with me all the way through. We know how hard this is, we know how difficult it is, but most importantly, we know how critical this is at this moment in the history of our country.
Yeah, now I have red behind me randomly. This helps. It was so dim in here, and I think the red light actually helps it a little bit and makes it look a little brighter. But anyway, random side note. That was embarrassing. So what he needs to understand is this. Dude, it's not like, who, me? I'm just a brave man going against the grain, and me and my family are in this for the long haul. You know, nothing easy. Nothing that was worth it was ever easy. He's given like all these platitudes about how, oh, you can do it if you fight on. And my answer to him is, that's not the issue. The issue is that what you're doing is stupid. Okay? Now, he was laughing at the beginning like, oh, he gave me all of a 1% chance. So most people give Howard Schultz a 0% chance, and Nate Silver said, well, maybe he has like a 1% chance. And he thought like that was insulting. Actually, no, dude. The fact that they even bothered to say 1%, you should be doing fucking cartwheels. Because here's the reality. You do have a 0% chance of winning. How do I know that? Well, first of all, your approval rating is 4%. Now, theoretically, is it possible that you drive that all the way up and then win the election? I was going to say yes, but no, it's not. It's not possible to get from 4% all the way up to what you would need to win. But more importantly is the structural issue. And, you know, hey, listen, I've had these debates with people on the left who have been screaming, oh my God, let's not take over the Democratic Party. We have to run with a new party, or we have to run with as an independent. And I've said it. You cannot win the presidency in the United States of America as an independent. You just can't do it. You can't do it. The last somewhat independent candidate we had who won was George Washington. In the modern era, what's the best an independent candidate has ever done? Ross Perot got 19% of the vote. It's a lot, right? You know how many electoral college votes he got? 0. It has nothing to do with an individual. Even if Bernie ran as an independent, he wouldn't be able to win. It's the structure of the system. The structure of our political system makes it impossible for an independent presidential candidate to win in the modern era. It is simply not possible. Now, him and his fucking crack team of researchers have apparently come to the opposite conclusion because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and chances are this guy's surrounded by overpaid strategists who are just telling him whatever the fuck he wants to hear, and they're stroking his ego until, oh, yes, sir, you're definitely gonna be competitive in this race. Oh, yes, sir, you're definitely gonna get far. Oh, yes, sir, you should keep running. It's a wonderful idea. Oh, yes, sir, cut my next check, please. I can't wait to get it. The reality is it's going nowhere. And the thing that pissed me off most here was the framing at the beginning when he was asked that question. Because he said, how many people in here are entrepreneurs? Don't let anybody ever tell you your idea or your dream can't come true. That tells me he's in this for all the wrong reasons. What do you mean, your idea or your dream? You know, this is his dream. Howard Schultz's dream. My dream is to win the presidency. Yes. Nobody gives a fuck about your dream, dog. The difference between you and Bernie Sanders is that you are running because it's your dream to be president. Bernie Sanders is running because he has a dream for the people. He has a vision for the people. It ain't about him. Do you think Bernie Sanders really wants to be doing this? Do you think that a guy who's 77 years old and he's on the campaign trail and he's flying everywhere around this country and giving a rally virtually every single day, you think a 77-year-old man wants to be running around the country trying to get elected president? You think in his heart of hearts he wants to do that? He's doing it because he feels like it's absolutely necessary because this country is so far behind where we should be, and he wants to catch us up to the rest of the developed world. He wants to get all of the common sense things implemented. Every other developed nation has one version or another of single-payer healthcare. He's running because he's like, God damn it, that's so stupid, and I think I'm the only one that could actually succeed in getting it into law. So Howard Schultz is a narcissist. He is a malignant narcissist. He cannot break out of his childish fantasy where he views this all from a selfish perspective. And that's what's so frustrating about him, is that it drips off of everything he ever said. And by the way, most of this town hall that he did at South by Southwest was him telling everybody what they can't have. I was halfway through his town hall. He didn't mention a single actual policy he supports. Not a single one. It was all, we can't have the Green New Deal. We can't have Medicare for all. We can't have free college. Here's why we can't do all these bold things. I'm here to be realistic with you. It reminds me of a tweet that went viral where I think it was Internet Hippo. He said, just got back from the centrist rally where we all held hands and said, better things aren't possible. That's Howard Schitz in a nutshell. That's his whole thing, man. That's everything he's been saying, everything he's been doing. The overwhelming majority of all of his comments since he said he was going to run have been, here's what we can't do, not here's what we can do. And, he does this weird thing where it's like, he acts like, me? I'm an anti-establishment outsider. And then he goes on to give all the arguments of the establishment. It's the biggest facade charade I've ever seen. A dude who fancies himself anti-establishment, but ultimately he's socially liberal and fiscally conservative, which is basically the establishment. That's exactly what they are. Don't change the status quo too much because there's a lot of money being made in this status quo. Don't try new big ideas. But okay, I don't hate gay people, I don't hate black people, and I'm not, an open bigot. Wow! But he's for the logic of the establishment as he pretends like, me, bro? I'm just an independent outsider. Don't you want to send an independent-minded person to Washington to shake things up? The problem, Howard, is not that, oh my God, Washington, D.C. has no bipartisanship. The problem is that they have too much bipartisanship, and 90% of the time when Democrats and Republicans in Washington, D.C. agree, it's to screw the people over and do the bidding of their donors. Oh, he's a joke, and he's insanely selfish, and final point is this. He either knows his campaign is going nowhere, he either knows that, and he's miserable behind closed doors. Miserable. Or he doesn't know his campaign is going nowhere, and he's the most delusional motherfucker on the entire planet. And he thinks like, no, actually, seriously, I could do this. Which is a level of delusion that's honestly makes him a dumb person. Like, he's not intelligent. He's not intelligent if he thinks like, no, I could do this. You can't do it. Not even close. You know, you're at Mount Everest base camp right now, and you have no clothes. You're naked, and you have no oxygen tank. And you think you're going to get to the summit? You'll be dead before you reach Camp 1, bitch. It ain't happening. Get over it.